Hi everybody. What I'm going to do here real quick is I'm going to go back over the metric system and all the prefixes and the base units and how we make conversions from metric system to metric system. I'm also going to go over a few of the US customary conversions, the ones that appear a lot for us, and then how to go from metric to US customary, or US customary to metric, setting up that dimensional analysis that, remember, you all will use in your future upper level science classes, upper level math classes to convert units. So I'm going to go back over that a little bit, or some of you, it might be your first time seeing this depending on when you went into quarantine. So you can stop, rewind these videos and watch these videos over and over if you need to until you understand this unit conversion lesson, okay? There will be a worksheet posted on Schoology in your math classrooms that will give you some unit conversion questions to test your knowledge on what you're about to see, and also some mixed review. So you'll see some of the common denominator subtraction questions, you'll see some of the order of operations that we've done, and scientific notation mixed in with these unit conversions. Okay, so I'm going to try to stick here on the board to review. So first we'll look at the metric system here. So you've got your King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, little saying to help you memorize. These are just prefixes. So the base unit for length is the meter, the base unit for weight is the gram, and the base unit for capacity, or how much something holds, is liter, okay? So the K is the prefix kilo, the H is hecto, the D, lowercase a, is deca, and the lowercase d is the deci, the lowercase c centi, and the lowercase m is milli, okay? Some of you already have this in your notebook. So this metric system, it's pretty much what every country uses besides our country, and we've started using this a lot if you think about track meets and things. The metric system is very easy to convert because wherever you jump to on the King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk chart, that's exactly what your decimal point's gonna do. So it's a base 10 system. So for instance, if we have 3 I'll just choose meters right now. If you have 3 centimeters and you would like to know how many, let's say, straight up meters that is. So you've got the centimeters and you're trying to get into meters. You're gonna go to where you start, or what you're given. So you're at the centimeter and you're going to need to go 1, 2 to the left to get to that base unit meter, okay? So you're gonna go 2 to the left, that's what your decimal point is gonna do. So a 3 doesn't have a decimal point in the number per se, which means it's at the end. So your decimal is gonna jump 2 places left, the same as centimeters to get to the base unit meter, jump 2 to the left on the King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk chart. So this decimal point is gonna go 1 to get past the 3 left, and 1 additional spot. So it's no longer here, it's right here, and there's a placeholder that you'll need to put in there, that 0, to have 0.03, 3/100ths of a meter. So 3 centimeters is equal to 3/100ths of an actual meter, okay? Let's try another one just in the metric system here. So let's say we have 600 millimeters, and I would like to know how many deca meters is that, okay? So we're at millimeter right here. We're gonna go all the way to deca. So you gotta go 1 left, 2 left, 3 left, 4 left. So you have a 600 right now, which doesn't have a decimal point in the number, which means it's at the end. That's a whole number of 600. You're going 4 left, 1, 2, 3. Another one which gets you past the 6 and 1 more place value. So it's no longer here. You now have 0.0600 decameters, okay? 0.0600 decameters. Let's see here. If we were to try another one, let's say we had 1 decimeter, and I want to know, well, just how many, let's go millimeters. Okay, so we're at deci, which is right here, and we're going to milli, that's 2 to the right this time. So you have a 1 which is 1.0 or 1 point, decimal point, and you're going 2 to the right, which is going to mean placeholders need to go here. That's going to be 100 millimeters. So you can do any metric system conversion simply by going to the letter of King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, or these prefixes, knowing that the base unit, the B stands for base, which could be a meter, a gram, or a liter. You know, so you can have a kilometer, you can have a kilogram, you can have a kiloliter. You can have a hectometer, hectogram, hectoliter. You can have a decimeter, decigram, deciliter. Okay, so you are traveling left and you're moving your decimal point left, which we all know moving a decimal point left is like dividing by 10. Moving a decimal point 2 left is like dividing by 10, then 10, which is 100. Moving a decimal 3 left, you know, dividing by 10, 10, 10, 1,000. And then moving your decimal point right is like multiplying by 10. Moving it 2 to the right is like multiplying by 100. So this is a base 10 system. Metric system is so easy to do conversions as long as you're metric system to metric system unit. Okay, so that's a base 10 system. All right. Some US customary units conversions would be like your 1 inch equals, your 12 inches equals 1 foot. Random numbers, but we should all know this by now, right? 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. 5,280 feet are in 1 mile. You see how most countries use the metric system because it's just easy. These are random numbers that you need to memorize in conversions. There's your US customary. So you've got the US customary system and these random conversions. Now, a huge one that we memorize in algebra class that takes us from US customary to metric or from metric to US customary is the fact that 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. So this one is huge because it crosses systems, which is what we're going to be working most with, is crossing our systems. So 1 inch, which we all know what 1 inch is, from that line on our finger up, there's 2 and a little more than a half, 2.54 centimeters involved in that 1 inch, okay? So this can cross you systems. 12 inches in a foot, 3 feet in a yard, 5,280 feet in a mile, okay? And 1 inch has 2.5, a little more, 2.54 centimeters in that 1 inch, okay? So there's some additional notes to take note in your notebook. Okay, now we've got what this lesson is really about. So that's your background information, what you need to know previously to come into this lesson. Your dimensional analysis is just the name of how to set up a lot of difficult unit conversion problems. Okay, so let's say I give you something like 560, I don't know, let's do hectometers, and I want to know, like, how many yards is that? So if you have a 560 hectometers, how many yards is that equivalent to? Okay, so this is a random unit conversion, okay? So we're going to put what we have up top on here. Nice and neat up on top. It's kind of like a T-chart. We call this dimensional analysis. You'll use this in a lot of random science conversions you do in the future, you know, joules and Kelvin, anything you're switching units. So 560 hectometers. I always put on bottom here what the goal unit is. So we're looking for yards. So I always remind myself of what I'm looking for down here, okay? Now, the name of the game on this is to jump from unit to unit until you get to the goal unit of yards. Okay, so I can only cancel out of a unit if I have top to bottom diagonally of that unit. So I want to go down here and I want to say 1 hectometer. And then I want to figure out, okay, I know that I'm going across systems here. I need to get to yards, which is US customary. And the only way to jump from system to system is that 2.54 centimeter is equal to that 1 inch conversion. So I'm going to get these hectometers into centimeters first, based upon my king, Henry, died by drinking chocolate milk. So I'm gonna have 1 hectometer. Here I am at hecto, and I'm trying to get to centimeter. The reason I wanna get to centimeter is because I know once I get to centimeter, I can get to that inch, and then I can take my inch to yard. So you kind of make a game plan in your head of, okay, what's my path to get to yards? All right, so hecto to get to centi is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. So I'm gonna take this 1 hectometer, and I'm going to make a 1 go 4 to the right, which is actually gonna give me 10,000 centimeters. So I know that 1 hectometer is the same as 10,000 centimeters. So I'm gonna cross out my unit of hectometer. Because I was top to bottom, I can cancel, just like a fraction, anything top to bottom, okay? So I had to go from hectometer, now I'm in centimeter. Now I'm going to put 2.54 centimeters. I had to put the centimeters down low because I'm gonna cancel out of that unit. And that's equivalent to 1 inch. So anything top and bottom directly over top of each other is the actual equivalent conversion. So 2.54 centimeters, it's going down low, 1 inch. Now I can go from inch to feet, feet to yard. So I'm going to take 12 inches, and I wanted the inches on bottom. I know that's 1 foot. So I'm now out of hectometers, I'm out of centimeters, I'm out of inches. My goal is yards, I'm almost there. So I'm going to say 3 feet down low here is equal to 1 yard. Okay, everybody write that down. Now, I'm out of feet and I'm into yard. That was the goal. So I'm trying to answer that 560 hectometers is how many yards here? Now, once you get your dimensional analysis set up, the whole point of doing it in this organized dimensional analysis fashion is so that everything across the top is going to get multiplied together. And you are going to multiply everything across the bottom and then divide those 2 products. Or another way you can do it in your calculator, you can multiply everything across the top, knowing that times multiplying by 1 is not going to do anything. So I'm going to take 560 times 10,000, okay? And then you would divide by everything on bottom that isn't a 1. So I would take 560 times 10,000. Then I would hit equals. And then I'm going to divide by, don't need to do the 1, divide by 2.54, divide again by 12, divide another third time by 3. So you're going to grab your calculator, your phone, or whatever you're using at home, and you're typing 560 times 10,000. You're getting that total, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5,600,000. Okay, and then you're dividing by 2.54, then by 12, then by 3, or if you want to go 2.54 times 12 times 3, and your total is 91.44. So you're taking the 5,600,000, dividing by a total of these 3 multiplied by each other. I like to do it all in one step. 5,600,000 divided by 2.54. Divide again by 12. Divide a third time by 3. Okay? And you're going to get your total amount of yards. So, you should have a total amount of yards of 61,242 and we're going to round to the nearest tenth here. So it's 0.34, so we're going to say 0.3 yards. So 61,242.3 yards. So 560 hectometers is equivalent to 61,242.3 yards. Okay, so the point of this lesson is unit conversions and being able to set up an organized dimensional analysis. Everything across the top gets multiplied, and then you divide by the total product on bottom, or divide by each thing, divided by each thing on bottom that is not a 1, that's going to change the actual answer. And you got your 61,242.3. I'm going to do one more example, folks.
Everybody please get up and move around.
Everybody please get up and move around. If you dance every time she says that, you gotta burn some calories. Okay, let's do anything off the top of my head here. Let's come up with, let's say 60 is a good number, straight meters equals how many, what do we want to say? 60 meters equals how many, let's go inches. So nice easy one. So I'm going to put 60 meters on top. I'm going to remind myself I'm looking for inches here. So on bottom I want 1 meter because I want my meters to cancel. Then I want to get 2 centimeters. Okay, so 1 meter. Meter is the base unit. Remember, meter, liter, gram. So meter is the base unit, and I'm going to centi. So from meter, which is base, I go to the deci to the centi. That's 2 to the right. So I'm going to take my 1, and I'm going to go 2 to the right, which means that's going to be 1,000 centimeters. No, 100 centimeters. So 2 to the right from a 1, yeah, 100 centimeters, right? Okay, so then I can put my 2.54 centimeters down low because I want to get out of centimeters, and that's equal to 1 inch, and look how quick that one was. Okay, so that one was super quick. We got out of meters into centimeters, we got out of centimeters into inch. Take 60 times 100, divide by your 2.54, and you should have 60 times 100, that's obviously 6,000, divided by 2.54. You should have 2,362.2, and remember our unit we're trying to get to is inches there. 2,362.2 inches on that unit conversion. Okay, there's a dimensional analysis. All right, I've got students coming in here. That was 2 good examples. I'll post more later if I get to it. But thank you for watching this unit conversion dimensional analysis video. If you have any questions, you can always message me, email or Schoology, whatever you need to do. And good luck at home, staying fresh, keeping up. Don't worry, don't stress. We will review everything when I see you all again. Okay, we miss you all. It is way too quiet here. Talk to you guys later. Thanks.